What's up, everybody? Disco Demonic Hydrophonics. So today I'm going to teach you how to build what I do in order to build like chi energy, um, inner power, and all that kind of stuff for exercise or like health reasons or like Reiki practice, possibly if you can incorporate some of this, or meditation, like things that happen in meditation. I've had some pretty interesting experiences during meditation because like the exercises that I do, and or ritual. These are things that I do like to power up, and I do this once a day at least. Sometimes I do the meditation aspect. I change it up a little bit for like if a ritual, I'm doing a ritual that night. Um, but at least do this once every day, and you can incorporate this into your practice with your your protection rituals that you do throughout the day. Either you do like if you do a shield or like a banishing ritual to keep out negative entities or parasite entities, keep them from like latching onto your shadow self or any other aspects of yourselves. This is something you can incorporate with that. I recommend Enoch Petruccelli's The Soul Retrieval, the Book of Soul Retrieval. I might be off on a couple words, but it's Soul Retrieval. I think it's Soul Retrieval by Enoch Petruccelli. And another one is The Grimoire of Deathful Wombs by V.K. Jehannam. Those two I recommend. That's what I use. So, and I've had really good results with that. Also, the Deathful Wombs by V.K. Jehannam has a middle pillow ritual that you can do that's also very empowering. And so, sometimes I do both. Sometimes I just do one or the other. Mainly, I do the banishing ritual and the Deathful Wombs. It's very powerful. I like it a lot. And so from there, so the way I start out basically, and I work with the upper, middle, and lower dantian in this exercise. I also incorporate the Soul Star and the Earth Star, and I'll show you how I ignite those here in a second. So I got my notes here. So what I do is first I do like some sort of qigong or neigong exercises just to kind of get myself ready, and with the envisioning, the meditations that you do, like the moving meditations, where like with qigong you're kind of envisioning like stuff. So you'll go do movements, and it's not just the movements. You're envisioning like your chi ball growing and like you're building it with energy and stuff like that, right? So there's different moves you can do like that to help you build energy. You can close your eyes or keep your eyes open. It's up to you. And every move doesn't necessarily have that envisioning technique, but the ones, some of them do. So, and from what I've researched, mainly all of them have a variation of the lower, middle, and upper dantian, like filling it with energy, right? So, whatever combination or whatever one you like, the ones that you can incorporate into your practice, that's totally up to you. I use Qigong and Neigong and Falun Dafa are the ones that I use. So Falun Gong, Neigong, and Qigong are the three different ones that I've been incorporating. I'm sure there's thousands of different kinds, um, hundreds, or there's a lot. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, from there I start out with the Qigong exercises, and then I actually step into my sacred space. Like I have my ritual space set up in the middle of my living room area, and that's like the main focus of the living room. So I step into there, and then from there I do I kind of let my intuition guide me. But normally what I do is like after I do the qigong, that's when I do like the banishing ritual, and then if I'm led to, I'll do the what's it called? It's like a shielding ritual by Enoch Petruccelli. However, that one's better to be, in my opinion, to be done outside. And I think he even mentions that to do it outside in the book. But right now, it's kind of not conducive to be going outside unless you live in a spot where you can. So, and then after that, I take a seat in my sacred space. I sit down like in a meditative seated position. You can do lotus, half lotus, whatever you're comfortable with. Crisscross applesauce, Indian style, whatever you call it. You can, whatever is comfortable for you. And then from there, I kind of like focus on what I'm doing. I let my mind kind of chill, and it's easier to do after I do the exercises. My brain already knows what's about to start happening, and then I go into my kuji kiri or kuji in exercises. Now kuji kiri is the drawing the grid and then drawing the symbols inside of the grid. Kuji in is the actual, like the mudras and stuff like that, right? So then there are 9 mudras in the Kuji in practice that I have incorporated into my practice. And then, so I do 3 in each one, right? And I actually forgot to tell you that the first thing I actually do when I sit down is I ignite the chakras, energy centers, the chi, whatever. I ignite my soul star, then I light my third eye, and the way I start out, and I go all the way down, and the way I start out is like, normally what I do is I envision myself, and it's, I usually have it dark in the room, and I blow, and when I blow on my fingers, like I envision it like lighting up, like glowing, like a glowing fire, and I let that image take whatever color it takes. Sometimes it's normally like a golden color. There have been times that it comes out blue and times that it comes out red. And there's other stories behind that, like things that have happened that's pretty cool. However, I won't go into all that. So you blow, like igniting the fire, you know, like your breath is the fire. And then you light your soul star wherever you feel that is. And then, like, you know, and you envision the energy leaving your fingers. Like, say this is where you're at, right? You envision the energy leaving your fingers and going into like the ball, that ball of energy right there, right? That vortex, and you can have it spinning or whatever. Like, I just ignite it, and I just like, it's like a ball of energy now, right? So I do that, and then I go to the third eye right here, and I do that. I just envision the energy like going with my fingers into the middle of my head or my third eye, you know, because the third eye is here, and in the middle of your head, like where the pineal gland would be. Those are 2 different like kind of places. There are 2 different places. So whatever one you feel drawn to. And then I go down to my heart chakra, middle dantian. This is the upper dantian, middle dantian. And then from there, after I ignite that, same way, I ignite the, and I've talked about this with the black flame meditation, but I'm going over it again. You ignite the lower dantian, or the sacral, where the sacral chakra should be, and that's going to be like right around here, right here underneath your belly button. I'm a little chubby, but whatever. So then from there, I light my soul star, earth star chakra, and so basically when I'm sitting down, I can't really reach too far down, so I basically kind of reach in between my legs, and then just envision the string and the ball of light pretty close to my fingers, and then I extend it down afterwards. Okay, that's what I do. And so from there, I let the energy kind of just, I chill with it, and then I do the Kuji in. I do, so since there's 9, and I normally focus it on the 3 dantian. I breathe in and do 3 on each dantian, with the upper, middle, and lower, starting with the lower. So then I start here, 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 and I've made a video on how to do this, so you can go back through my videos and watch that if you want to. Here, 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 no, wait a minute, here, and then here. I don't do that one anymore. I changed it up, and then here, and here you go to press your fingers together here, and then you go here, and then there's 9 altogether, anyways. And so, and when you're building that energy, you want to. I close my eyes when I'm doing this, so I've gotten to a point where I'm ready. I know the mudras so well. I don't need to watch myself doing them. So then, whenever I'm doing that, like if I do the 3 down here, I take a breath in. So when I'm taking a breath in, I breathe in my lower dantian. So that what that means is, like, I breathe in, and I breathe into my belly, and extend this part, and breathe that out, right? And that's breathing into your lower dantian. And you can watch a video online if it's breathing into the lower dantian, if you need more guidance than what I had just given you. And then you breathe into that, and while you're doing this, you're envisioning the energy, like you're breathing in energy. You're breathing in the prana, all right? You're breathing in the chi, because chi's all around us. So you breathe that in, and then it goes down, and I found this in the Mo Pai book that I was reading, that what you actually do is envision it going to like where your spine is, and gliding down your spine, and then go into the energy center down there. And the way I see this is it goes down my spine, and when it gets right before there, it comes back out and then revolves around the ball like this. So it's going to be spinning like this. And then I kind of let hit right there. And that's my breathing in. And when I breathe out, the ball's still turning like this, and then it comes out. And so that's how I breathe in and then out. And all the balls are going to rotate this way. All right? So the energy centers. And that's the way I've been doing it. And so after that, you do that. It has, you can take 2 or 3 breaths here. Depends on how long you want to sit there and meditate. And I can actually feel the heat whenever I'm on each one of the dantian. So you're going to do this again a little bit later. So this is just kind of like the beginning, the precursor to get everything warmed up. So I would just do like maybe 2 to 3 breaths with each mudra. And then when you rise up, you know, and you go up, have the next 3 here. And then the next 3 here until you get to the, you know, the last one here. And then from there, what I do is, also you breathe in. And this is going to be like you breathe in the energy. You're going to see it hitting this part and then turning this ball of energy here. And then from there, whenever I start breathing in for the top part, this is also going to spin this way, right? But I breathe it in. You envision the energy going into you, and you know, and then spinning this, the third eye chakra or your pineal gland area, but like the third eye chakra. And I'm only mentioning both because I think people have you know, there's 2 different energy centers there they focus on. So however you want to see it, I see it as my third eye. You know, like right around here, but like inside. So. And like I can feel your forehead starts moving around, or mine does, you know, and I can feel like it doesn't heat up as much here, but I can feel my forehead like move, you know, I feel pressure in there. And here it heats up, and then down here it heats up. So that's the difference right there. And so whenever I'm doing that, breathing in, I actually start drawing up the energy from the other 2 energy centers up into the third eye, or the upper dantian, and start spinning that. So then I breathe that and it spins, and then when I breathe out, this goes out, and then I breathe. And so this all starts becoming one cycle. All your 3 dantian start becoming one cycle. So they're spinning, but there's, like I said, there's like a belt around them that's like connecting them, right? And then from there, you can kind of just let your intuition guide you if you want to take it up to your earth and soul star chakras. You can do that. And if you want to turn them at this point, after you've kind of charged them up, you can do that as well. I've done it. I've had some pretty interesting experiences to where you turn it to where the chakras would actually spin this way. So you would just turn the energy, and you can turn this energy as much as you want. You can manipulate this energy however you want to. It's in your body, you know what I'm saying? You are the master of the energy. You're controlling this. That's like, this is what you're doing. And so from there, and then like, you know, you start building all your energy. And then from there, I got 3 different mudras. And this is when I go into like, if I'm going to meditate, or if I'm going to go into ritual. If I'm going to meditate, if I'm in a ritual, I go into ritual normally, depending upon what I intuit. But if I'm going to just continue to meditate, the next mudra I do is kind of like this one. I forgot what this one's called. And you hold it here, right? But a variation of this is to, you have like, say you're doing a little heart here, and you go like this. I don't know who the fuck that is. And then, sorry, I got a call. And you hold that here right around where your lower dantian is. And if you can envision your hand chakras, your like ignite, like turned on or whatever, like activated, you can actually draw energy in. So if you do Reiki, this is where this will come in handy. You can draw that energy in to heat up this lower dantian as well. So you're breathing that in. And this is like the meditation you're doing, right? And then the funny thing is, normally when I start working on my lower dantian, I start feeling it in my upper dantian. Whether I'm envisioning it, them connecting or not, I can feel it. So that's something that's pretty interesting. And then from there, the next one I do, after I sit there as long as I want to, however, until I feel it's time to move on, and this is during meditation, then I go on to the next, this one right here, the middle dantian. And then what I do is, like, you hold these 2 fingers together, the middle finger, and then you move it up like this. And I actually press them like kind of together like that, almost like an infinity symbol. kind of like, you know what I'm saying? And I hold them above the heart chakra, and then I feel the heat right there. Like I can feel it right now. And you start feeling the energy going there, and then you do the same breathing exercise into your heart chakra or your middle dantian. And then for the third eye, this one has been kind of complicated, but the one I'm using now is you put your hands together, interlace the fingers like this, bring the pinky in, and then you're going to bring this in like this. So basically, like say you're like this, but the pinkies are crossed, right? And then I hold it here. And so you move it around until you could actually feel like your third eye kind of get activated a little bit. And if that's not, you know, doing it, just kind of move it around a little bit. So this is the one that I normally do here, and then I do the breathing exercises for that. Thanks for watching. I'm trying to cut my videos shorter. They've been kind of long lately. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off now. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, share it with your friends. If you hate it, share it with your enemies. And I got to see who the fuck just called me. Later.